Jeez. I don't know why it was so difficult for me to get this done, but I had to tweak my settings for a lot of my stages. They were just too close. I'm gonna show an example of what I mean here. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna play around. Let's do actually I don't have to do that. Let's do one on one. Alright, there's so many custom characters here, dude. I should turn this filter off. I'm playing around with my filter. I'm about to remove the pixelation from the game completely, but I do it later. Actually, the filter doesn't really hurt much. Yeah, it doesn't hurt much. It just makes colors a little brighter. So I'm gonna pick my starting characters here. As you can see, I've been going through and tweaking a lot of these characters in the roster. One of the primary things that I've recently tweaked is I'm setting it up so that in the character select, when you pick multiple characters for your team, I'm gonna give an example here. I'll pick X and 0. See, it does that. It makes like it's more of a cinematic. They just line up. All of the character select animations line up with each other, and you get cool results like this. Like 0 and X are meant to be. They're meant to be picked together. I just thought it was a pretty cool function. God, IkemenGO is so cool, dude. I'm still cutting the coding or gutting the coding and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and etc. But so far, the end results is staggering, bro. Like I can't go back to moving now. There's too many features. But the latest thing I've been tweaking is my stages. Let's do the first default for the starting characters. Oh yeah, if you look above the portrait there, also have them numbered. So if you pick a number from the palette or a certain palette from the portrait, it just memorizing that number that's above the portrait helps you out in the future. In case you wanna in case you become used to a certain palette and you want to pick it over and over, well, you can just look for the number now and you'll have your color. You get what I'm saying? Captain America, good old Captain Blonde Boy, just showing off the number settings, how I have them lined up. Also, I added the text select color on the bottom of the screen whenever you specifically select the color for the individual characters. That's very important to me because it stops confusion. Okay, for the stage, random, we can do random. All of my stages are literally the same. They're all they're the 4K MVC2 3D stages, but I've been modifying them individually, and they're literally the same. So the thing that I tweaked recently is I discovered that the stages have a zoom function. As you can see here, I'm completely zoomed out from the characters, and it's not limited to that. As you can see, if the characters get too far from each other, it'll zoom out more. This looks so, dude, this is mind-blowing, dude. It looks so good. But my goal when I was doing this, and by the way, these are 3D stages too. Look at that bridge back there. See the bridge? Just watch the bridge closely. See it becoming angular? That's because the stage is literal 3D. This is insane, dude. But I digress. So I was trying to shrink the characters down. I was kind of mad because Ikemen gets really close on the characters, like unnecessarily close, and I was getting kind of butthurt. And then I discovered that each of the stages, they have their own zoom functions. There's like individual zoom functions for all of the stages that I tweaked for every stage. So now I have this ability to zoom out really far, and this looks so good. This doesn't just look good one-on-one. This looks immaculate, by the way. It looks incredible when you have a team, i.e. when you have multiple characters on your team. It's like, oh man, this in combination with my well, it has a built-in shader, which is like a high quality effect that removes some of the pixelation, does some of the work for you. And then I have my own personal shader that I put on here to clean it up, to get rid of all the pixels. And then the end result is this, man. This looks so smooth, dude. Look how smooth and cool this looks. Even the backgrounds aren't screwed up. You can read the text for the names. You can see the meters, how it says max level. Like, this is perfect, dude. But yeah, I was just pointing this out, Brody. I figured out how to modify all the stages, and yeah, this is the end result, bro. And just to prove my point that it's set for all the stages consistently, I'm gonna go back to random. Watch this. Different stage. Still zoomed out. Just incredible, dude. I had to do research. I had to finagle the stage dev files a little bit and the SFFs to make sure that the stage doesn't bound outside of the um the images or the models that are set in the stage, because it'll cause issues like clipping on the left or right of the stage. But as you can see, I got to the crux of it and I fixed all the issues that I had. Everything's been rectified, man. This is just, oh man, I'm freaking out. This looks so good, dude. Now I'm looking for 3D stages now that aren't MVC2, and I want to integrate them into the game because my roster is so well expanded. Pretty much any Capcom or Marvel stage in existence will be fitting or adequate for my game, just because the roster it's so well, excuse me, it's so well expanded that it's a necessity now. On top of that, I've also added in my own personal palettes. So here's an example. This is a spawn that was released by someone else on the internet. And as you can see, I created a retro palette. I created even some palettes that are similar to MK11, and even God spawn in the comic, spawn becomes an angel, and it's pretty nuts, man. Like, these palettes are crazy, dude. But yeah, I've been from scratch creating. I've been from scratch creating my own palettes for all of the characters. It painstakingly too. It's been taking me some time, but just characters you wouldn't expect to have palettes, I made palettes for, and they're good palettes too. Sorry, I'm used to playing Mugen, so I keep backing out. I keep hitting escape when I don't have to do that anymore. I can just hit circle or the back button. And another thing I had to tweak too is majority of the characters, when you select them on the character select screen, they use the I believe it's their wind pose. I had to make manual or custom animations to play in the character select screens for a lot of the characters too. Because I didn't know a lot of the characters blatantly didn't have wind poses, or rather the wind poses weren't set on the same number set in the anim. So I had to manually go in and tweak them. So you get results like this, which is really cool. Some of my favorite wind poses. By the way, that's a custom spawn that I made. This is Spawn. This is MK11 Spawn, not to be confused with the other version of Spawn that was supposed to be released that I showed earlier. But this version is a custom version of Spawn that I tweaked from the ground up, and it looks beautiful, dude. He's got that big billowing cape that Spawn is supposed to have. I don't know. It's just me. Spawn doesn't feel like Spawn without his cape. Even though I like Soul Calibur 2 Spawn. But yeah, I digress. So yeah, I have all these working palettes, these new palettes that I created for all the characters. A lot of the characters blatantly didn't have animations, which I rectified. I went through the entire roster for every character and I tweaked them. I'll give some more examples here. There's Hope, Jean's daughter. Let's click her. Look at that. So cool, dude. It's so cool. Show some more examples here. Resident Evil 3 Jill, not to be confused with default Resident Evil or Biohazard Jill. This version of Jill didn't have an animation. As you can see, I made one. Oh, look at Carlos, dude. Oh, it's so cool, dude. Watch the gun. He cocks the weapon. Oh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy, bro. He just put one in the chamber, bro. But yeah, I'm just dragging the video out. But yeah, I just figured out how to fix my stages, bro. I got them zoomed out. I figured out a lot more functions, like really the numbering system that I have for palettes now. The select palette text, among other tweaks that I made. I added some transparency and stuff on this character select screen. I fixed the lighting on the bottom of the screen so that it's not obscuring the characters. There's just a lot, dude. I'm just bit by bit tweaking things. And yeah, that's pretty much it, Brody. God bless.